Hello. Hello. It's your pal. I'll be danged. He's back. He's back with another one. Back at it with these podcasts. I guess this is a podcast. It's a podcast. There. It's a podcast now. So what have I been up to, guys? Well, my insomnia. The insomnia came back, and it came back with a vengeance. Since I quit drinking, over a month ago, man. I mean, I was just drinking on the weekends. Let's get it. I wasn't an alcoholic. Okay, I might have been an alcoholic. It's very possible that I may have had some alcoholic tendencies. I'll admit it. Hey, I can admit when I'm wrong. Your pal ILLBEDANGED can admit when he's wrong. That's not anything, people be alcoholics. That's just the way it is. Sometimes it takes you a little while to quit. Is this super loud? I don't know. We'll see. Fix it in post. You can't fix it in post? Shit. All right, so we're going to roll with this. So the insomnia is back. It's a weed tincture. It's like, it's called Calm or something. I don't know. It's made by $10 carts. Sponsor, not a sponsor. But yeah, if they want to send me some $10 cartridges at cartridge.com, if you'd like to send me some weed stuffs, hey, I'll take it. I'll take it all day. Vape. I don't really vape anymore, but I could come out of retirement, but tinctures mostly. Things to help me sleep. So I take that every night before I go to sleep. And sometimes it works pretty good. Sometimes it doesn't. And here lately is the doesn't time. But the last couple of days, man, it's been glorious, the sleep I got. Of course, I'm going to sleep 6:30 in the afternoon, and I'm sleeping till 4 in the morning. But hey, you got to get up, get that day started early. I'm an early riser. That's how I look at it. Of course, I'm going to sleep at 6:30 in the evening, which is weird, a little weird. But it's okay. I mean, I got that kind of life. I got that kind of life where nothing matters. So I can get away with that shit. Most people can't. Most people got shit that matters. I don't. I got cats that run away from me. They they go running. I don't know what their fucking problem is. They'll come I don't understand these cats. They come, they want to get petted. I'll pet them, and then they roll out on me, and they see me coming, and they run. It's like, what the fuck? Don't you like this food? Don't you like all this shit I be doing for you, this house you live in, and you can't even spend time with me? Well, that's fine. That's fine. I'll be alone, but with you. Alone, but with you. Huh. Okay. And I sing to the cats. I got a little baby cat, and my usual go-to song. I got a new one, but my usual go-to song is "Little baby, meow meow meow." Meow meow. You get it. But the new one is it's fashioned after the song "Baby Baby," which was a '90s Eurobeat hit by the lady Corona, and it goes, "Little baby, why don't we just meow together, a meow?" And she doesn't see the brilliance in it. She doesn't care at all, to be honest with you, and that's fine. But we went from sleep to talking about my cats, and that's just the way my mind works, and you just have to deal with it if you're going to be listening to the ILLBEDANGED show. So sleep, I'm hoping, if I got to go to sleep at 6:30 in the afternoon, and wake up at 4 in the morning to get a good night's sleep, and that's a lot of sleep for me. That's 10 hours, right? 9.5, somewhere in there. That's a shit ton of sleep for me. I usually don't sleep that heavy like that. I'll wake up here and there, but it is what it is. But if that's what I got to do to get some damn sleep, like I said, my life is set up to where I don't have anything. I don't have anything really standing in my way from being able to sleep in that time frame. I have some friends. I have friends. We keep in touch. We talk. I've been playing a lot of. Let's pivot. This is called pivoting, right? Let's pivot into video games. So In tell me you made Dead Space without actually telling me you made Dead Space. The people that made the Callisto project, that game's coming out today. And I wish I could get into those games because I tried to play Dead Space and I just do not like the combat. Maybe the combat will be better in this one. But from what I hear, it's just basically like a spiritual successor. And that's cool. I mean, we need some good games out there, especially single player. But getting into the games I've been playing a lot of Demio. Demio is it's a VR game. It's also on you can get a desktop version, but it's a VR game, which is the way I prefer to play it. It's it's for everything VR, I guess. I don't know. I know you can get it on Steam. You can get it in the Meta Oculus, whatever, the Lizard Man shop. You can get the Lizard shop, and it's a game. It's basically Dungeons and Dragons. I never played Dungeons and Dragons. Always wanted to play it. Never could find a crew. Nothing like that. So this is as close as I'm gonna get. And I'm really surprised that Dungeons and Dragons hasn't made a game like this. It's really cool. You put your helmet on. You got your little controllers. You can move the board around. I hooked my Oculus up to my computer, and man, that game looks so good. Like it's the fidelity. I don't know. It just looks way better than on the regular Oculus. Of course, it would. This is a expensive gaming PC. I would hope that it would look better on it. And the game's just it's so much fun. You have several characters to choose from. You have a guardian, which is like a warrior type. You have an assassin, which is a rogue, of course. You have a magician guy. I don't know what his name. He's like a wizard magician-y guy. He does that kind of shit. There's a guy called the I don't know. He's a ranger bow and arrow type dude. There's a warlock, which is weird because the warlock has a little cat, and they have things they can do. Plus they have a cat that eats people, and that's what it does. And there's a bard whose primary job is pretty much buffing, and you're going to do a lot of that, and you're not going to do a lot of fighting because when you're in a crew, the crew likes to run off and do their own thing, and the bard's trying to catch up to everybody. So you're trying to keep everybody buffed, but you know the buffs stack in up to 3 stacks, and then you have 4 rounds, 3 or 4 rounds before you have to rebuff everyone. And by that time, everybody's out of range, and you're just like, well, I guess you're gonna lose your buff, dude. So we got the warrior, the ranger, the archer, or the warrior, the ranger, which is the archer, the warlock, the magician, the assassin, and I think that's it at this point. But on the 15th of December, they're putting out a new map, and they're releasing a new character, and the character is going to be a barbarian, which he seems like he's going to be cool. I like melee characters. So I've always played melee characters. So pretty much all I've ever played in this game is the guardian, the warrior type, and I've played a little of the bard. But like I said, you gotta if you don't have a speed boost, it's hard to keep up with everybody. But hey, that's their fault. They got out of range, man. What am I supposed to do? I can try to help you, but I'm looking forward to the barbarian. He looks like he's going to be a melee character. He also has a hook. Apparently, the hook is he throws the hook out, and he can. I assume nobody knows yet until the map's released next month or this month on the 15th, December 15th. It looks like the hook will either be you can throw it at people, and I mean this is just people guessing. Why do I need to keep explaining this? Why do I need to? Why? You already get it, you know. But he throws the hook out, and the hook will either pull people to him, like bad guys, or say, I assume like if your homeboy's in trouble, you could hook him and bring him towards you to get him out of danger. It'd be cool to see if it works through walls. Probably not, but we'll see what happens. There's going to be a new map also. I think they're ending the arc of the storyline they have so far, which honestly, I couldn't tell you what the fuck is going on. I think there's, 4 maps currently? But it's a really good game, and I want more people to play it with. The only issue would be if anybody ever listens to this and you end up playing Demio, I guess you would just have to holler at me We'd have to figure it out because there's nothing in game to be able to add anyone. There's no like, oh, I made my name in Demio. There's nothing like that. So I would love to find more people to play with and play on a consistent basis. Um, the only issue with the game is the it can take a while to do a level. Some levels, I think that the quickest I've ever had, and this was just everybody min maxing, was around an hour, 45 minutes to an hour. But honestly, most games will last, 2 hours from time to time. It's going on even longer than that before, just depending on what map you're playing on and things like that. But it's a really good game. I suggest it to anyone. What the fuck is this cat doing? It is fucking with all this shit. And then she won't let me pet her. She won't let me pet her. Cleo, let me pet you. Callie, come here, Callie. Callie. Callie ain't having it. So, all right, playing Demio. I played a little of Warzone 2. I'm liking it. It feels good, man. That game, when COD is popular for a reason. But I couldn't play regular COD multiplayer anymore. If somebody said, here's the new COD, I want to play multiplayer with you, I'd be like, don't waste your money, dude. Just hold on to it, because give it to somebody else, hold on to your money or whatever, because I would just not play it. But being able to jump into a battle royale, it's fun to me. I really enjoy that. You have like 150 people. I play mostly single player, just by myself doing solo runs. But every once in a while, I'll hop into the 3-man where you can get people to join your little crew, and nobody ever joins your crew. Don't trust anyone that's not on your team in that game. Don't trust anyone that's not on your team in that game. Also, if you're in the gulag and the people agree that you're going against, yes, we're going to go against the jailer. We're going to kill the jailer, and we're all going to get out of here. Don't trust them. Do not trust them. Murder them. Murder everyone. Trust your teammates, but that's because they can't turn on you. And that's the only reason you trust them. Because if they shoot you, it doesn't hurt you. So, but don't trust anybody in that game. But let's see what else. I've kind of fell off on basketball. I have been following the standings. I keep my eye on the scores, keep my eye on what's going on, and man, I think it's starting to get to where it's gonna be in game this year. We're still early in the season. We're not even. I would say we're not even a third at this point. There's 82 games, and I think we're like 22 games per team or so, somewhere in there, in the 20s now. So yeah, we're about a quarter. If you want to say a third of the way, you can say that. Allow it. But I think we're starting to get to what the end game's going to look like this year. Things could shake up, but I think Boston is going to run the Eastern Conference. They're soulless basketball robots that don't look like they're having a lot of fun. Jason Tatum is killing it. He's in the discussion this is a great season for MVPs. Like right now, there's probably 5 people that could be considered MVPs. And it would be a hard choice, man. It really would be a hard choice. Jason Tatum, definitely, that's his name. Old boy from Denver. Old boy from Denver. Jesus. What is that guy's name? Any other fucking time, I could tell you his name. Why in the fuck did it? This is bad. Doncic. Luka's in the fucking running. Joel Embiid's in the fucking running. Let me think. Of course Steph Curry's in the fucking running. But it's just been a really good season so far. But I do see Boston just running away with the Eastern Conference. The Bucks could make a play. I do like Giannis. They've got a good team. Cleveland out of nowhere. Who'd have thunk that shit? But, good for them, I guess. I've never been a Cleveland fan. I think it's because they had LeBron James, and I just don't. I never got it. I guess I wasn't watching her at that time to really know, because I just see him now. I just recently got back into basketball, so I don't. I've never seen it. Maybe I just have a bad taste in my mouth when this guy's supposed to be the man, and I don't know. Anyways, and he's tied to Cleveland, so I don't know. That's a me problem. But the Pacers are in fourth. The Sixers are in fifth, which I wouldn't have thought that. A couple weeks ago, I wouldn't have thought that. And the Hawks are in sixth. Do not like. Hawks need to move it up. Is what it is. I think they need to build a better team. They're going to get there. They're going to get there. I just don't think this is their season. And over in the West, Phoenix somehow is fucking moved up to the front. Denver, I think they're where they need to be. They're in second. Memphis in fourth. I don't like that. But the Pelicans, man, that's a surprise, them being in third. I like watching the Sacramento Kings. Every game I've watched them play, I've really enjoyed. I don't know. They're a fun team to watch, in my opinion. I've seen them do a few really cool things, and I've just been a fan. Utah is, man, I don't know. I hope that Utah glory shit isn't over. I hope they pull it off, man. I hope they're able to turn it around and play like they were earlier. They're not in a bad place. They're still, they still got more wins than losses. But I was high on that shit. That run they had earlier in the season, which it's still super early in the season. It was fun to watch, man. That was exciting shit, and I hope they get it going again, because that was a lot of fun, and I love an underdog story, and I'd love to see them do it. But Golden State's moving up. I don't think they're gonna have to do a lot to get some damn momentum to win the West. I think last year, man, they were just, to me, they looked unstoppable, and this year, I don't know, it's like the bottom fell out. But hopefully they get everything together, they can gel, because I do like Golden State. They're a fun team to watch also. In the surprise, though, the Lakers are still just doing awful. Not as awful, but pretty awful. Maybe they want to tank this year. I don't know if they have any hopes in the lottery to get that Wembanyama, Victor Wembanyama, something like that. I probably got his name really wrong. Maybe they're tanking a little bit so they can. I don't know what they look like in the lottery for next year for picks, but maybe. So, in what the fuck is wrong with you news, Kanye West, man, I think, of course, I don't agree with anything. Let's go ahead. I don't agree with anything Kanye West has said at all. The fucking guy, I don't know what he's doing. Is he really having a mental just collapse? Does he really believe this bullshit he's saying? I think he's just he wants his name out there. He's just a fame fucking whore, and he wants his name out there, and as long as people are talking about him, he doesn't care. He does not care what he says. He can say anything and get away with it, because in a few years he can go, oh man, I was having mental issues. I had just broke up with my wife, this, that, and the third. I believe he's playing everybody. I don't believe he believes any of this shit. He's just spouting shit just to get a reaction for people, to have people talk about him, just to stay in the spotlight. I don't get it, but I'm not Kanye West. I'm not. I'm ILLBEDANGED, aka Richard. I've never been a Kanye West. Now, do I like Kanye's music? I do. I do like some of his music. I came in late on Kanye. I heard some of the, songs he would have back in the day, the singles and stuff. But when My Twisted Dark Fantasy, is that what it's called? When it came out, I was like, okay, let me sit down. I'm going to listen to this. I'm going to see what the Kanye shit's about. And that was a fucking great album. That album, I'm talking about from the front to the back, baby. That was a good ass album. And then, he after that he put out Yeezus, and I think that's when he really started trying to lean into the shit, the polarized. I'm fucking Kanye. I'm Jesus. I'm a god. That shit. I think that's when he really, leaned into that shit, and he's just been riding that wave because he knows he can get people to talk about him. Man, I'm talking about him right now. That's what he lives for. Is motherfuckers talking about him. And he left Adidas, or Adidas dropped him, and all these companies dropped him. But the motherfucker's still making money off that shit. There's some kind of backdoor shit going on with him. That there's some kind of contract signed. It ain't that easy to get rid of Kanye. There's something going on. This motherfucker getting paid. He's probably still damn designing for them and Balenciaga, which I don't understand high fashion at all. I don't get it. But hey, that's me. I'm not a fashion man. I'm not a fashion man. I wear shorts and a t-shirt and comfortable shoes. That's what I do. Even if it's fucking cold. That's what I'm wearing. And that's me. My shirts are usually Carhartt, extra tall, because I'm fat and tall. I got the double whammy. They're comfortable. They're kind of heavy duty. Shorts are just Amazon cheap motherfuckers. The shoes are usually just comfortable. I get not oversized shoe. I got shoes that actually fit me now. Most of my life I wore shoes that were too small. And so I was like, let me try, because my feet always hurt. They always hurt. So I decided, let me get a size bigger and wide. And since then, my feet don't hurt. And it feels like there's a little bit of slop in the shoe, but I think that's how you're supposed to wear shoes. My whole life, I think I wore the wrong shoes. But yeah, we're getting off of that. What was I talking about? About shoes. Oh, high fashion. I just don't get high fashion. I don't understand that shit. I like what I like. I like band t-shirts. You catch me, I got a closet full of damn Carhartt black pocket tees. That's what I wear. That's all I wear. And I look like one of those weirdos that wear the same clothes every day, but it's not the same. It's different because, they look the same, but they're different. I swear they're different. But getting back to Kanye, yeah, I think he's just, I'm just repeating myself at this point. He's just, he just wants to get people to talk about him, and that's it. And he's succeeding, and motherfuckers are talking about him. But let's move on from Kanye. Yeah, that's just not even worth talking about, really. He pops up from time to time and does his bullshit, but I'm a avid YouTube watcher, and everybody is making a video right now on the Liver King. And I'm sure you know the Liver King. If you're listening to me, I'm late to the game. The podcast game. But the Liver King is a guy who came out and he preaches all natural. He's all natural. And he's got this way of living your life, which, if you look at the core of what he's saying, it's not particularly bad. And I don't think he's a bad guy. I don't think he is. What it seems to me like is he's trying to sell you this look, and like I said, what he's actually preaching to you isn't bad things. It's just how he went about it. He's saying that he's totally natural. He doesn't take any, steroids or anything like that. Well, everything came out. Apparently, a bunch of emails came out about him and some doctor man that he was talking with about all the steroids he's on now, or he's been on. He's on a ton. He works out. He works his ass off. He eats well. He lives a good life, it seems like. But he preached this whole thing where he was steroid free. But you could look. Come on, dude. You see this motherfucker. You're like, a boy is on something. This is not a natural body. This motherfucker is on steroids, and it's finally coming out. Which it's in. No shit news. The fucking Liver King is on steroids. Of course he is. Look at him. But yeah, it's one of the things where I'm conflicted. If he had just, of course you're not going to listen to him. Of course he's a big personality, but of course you're not going to listen to him if he was just some average looking dude, and he came out with all this shit because he's not saying anything new. He's preaching some shit, and it's to sell something, but it's the fucking fact that he said he was natural and he's not. And there's some, I don't know there's some index or something where it's like, if you weigh this much and you have this much body fat or muscle mass or some, I don't know, it's weights involved in there, then this is as far as you can push it being natural. And anything over that, I think this is proven. I saw this on some kind of thing, some science workout, man, back when I was working out. Once there's a certain weight or something, you weigh a certain amount and you have so much body fat, then you are definitely on something. And there's no in between. Like, it's proven. And I mean, you could just look at the dude. This is not a natural fucking body. I mean, I'm not a hater. The guy looks fucking great. But he should have just, been, just been honest. Because honestly, I think the stigma of steroids, human growth hormones, and shit like that is kind of falling away. To be honest with you, I mean, it's true. I'm sure. If you're not watching yourself, you don't have a doctor that's science man that is proven with science. It's got a science degree. If he's not there telling you, okay, this is the safe way to do this. This is how much steroid you get your blood work done and all that shit, then it can be very bad for you. I mean, we see that shit all the time. But I think this, since back in the day, shit has changed, and I think people are more accepting of human growth hormones and steroids and shit like that because it's obviously they make you feel better. They make you look great. It's like, why wouldn't you want to do that? I mean, my testosterone levels are pretty good, but let's say they fell off. Like, I've got normal testosterone. It's not super high. It's not low. It's where it's supposed to be. But let's say, that shit dropped off. Why wouldn't I? Why wouldn't I fucking want to do some steroids, some human growth hormones, that make me feel good? Why wouldn't I want to do that shit? It's, I don't know. Maybe it's just me getting older, Maybe that's the way I'm thinking. But, I think controlled and, having a doctor that prescribes this for you that, really looks at your blood work and keeps track of everything and stays on top of it. I think it could be, I mean, I've seen it seems like that it can be safe, if done properly. But it's the whole lying and him saying that it's, he's not on anything is what really is shitty. But I mean, like, you look at like, and I say it's more accepted nowadays because you look at people like Joe Rogan. Joe Rogan is on the juice, man. And he admits it. He's like, why wouldn't I do something that makes me feel better? I mean, like, it makes sense. So if he had just been honest with it or just deflected the question or, I think there's a lot in honesty. So if he had just came out and said, yeah, man, you know what? I am on the shit. I am on HGH or I am on, whatever. Then he would have been fine. People would have been like, ha, they would have laughed or whatever, but he would have been fine. But, it's the line that everybody's got a problem with. But I think that's it, man. I think I'm running out of steam. This is about 30 minutes here. I don't really have a whole lot more to talk about right now. Nothing that I can think about. I was trying to come up with some things to talk about here, kind of, sort of, have some kind of structure to this thing. Thought I'd talk about some games, talk about a couple of things in the news, maybe a little bit about myself, see what's up with the basketball, that sort of thing. But I think I'm done with it. And if you want to get in touch with me, if if I release this, I'll be danged. ILLBEDANGED on Twitter. I'll be danged on YouTube. I'll be danged on Twitch, which I don't get on anymore. I need to start getting back on there and stream some Demio, man. Get on there and just have a good old time. Because I do enjoy playing that game. And, I mean, I used to love streaming. But, anyways. And if you want to hit me up on the email, it's ILLBEDANGED at gmail.com. That's IMILLBEDANGED at gmail.com. Do I feel like I have to spell that out? Probably not, but I did. And that's it. Anyways, it's your pal, I'll be danged. I was going to say something else and blanking. It's your pal, I'll be danged. Put this out, hopefully, maybe just trying to figure out what I want to do with this thing. And it's your pal, I'll be danged, and I'll be seeing you.